What is up, guys? Welcome to the vlog. Today we are continuing from last vlog and we are installing our front coilovers as well. If you didn't see the last video, we got the new raised wheels for the BRZ. They look really good. We actually didn't film the install of the rear suspension. Rear control arms, the tow arms, and the rear coils are already on. I'll show you that once we start adjusting the suspension. Me and Danny are going to be installing the front suspension on the BRZ. Dude, these are crazy adjustability. Yeah, so the PPM camber plates are insane with adjustability. So we have to hurry up and finish this because we are on a time crunch. So I'll update you guys once we have the front coilovers on. It's actually super easy. It's literally just 3 bolts up top, sway bar, the strut bolts, and the brake line, and then it comes out and we'll install these. That's where the fun happens. All the adjustability, that's where all of the work is. So let's get to it. Oh, okay, so I really didn't film the process at all of installing these coilovers because I was so focused on actually getting these PPM coils in. These are the weirdest coilovers I've ever installed. So the top hat was actually an individual piece that they gave you bolts for, and you kind of like, it's so hard to explain, but you kind of like screw in, bolt, and connect the nut to the top hat. Probably a terrible explanation, but it was just very weird. But we got both sides of the coilovers in now. Even though they were very weird, I got it finished up and I think I did it correctly. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten everything up and then put on the new wheels. All right, so we have to start adjusting now. I don't think I'm gonna go too low because I am gonna go to the track, and to be honest, I'm gonna have to adjust after the track anyways because I need to figure out where I feel comfortable when driving this car. So I'm gonna have it lowered but not slammed, and eventually once I figure out my style and figure out how I like the alignment and stuff, we can go lower from there. But let's start adjusting. Ooh, that's a little high. Definitely have to go lower in the front. Woo! All right, we lowered it the first time and we went down. After lowering it the first time, we went down like 2.5 inches or so, and we're left with that much. But it's going to be perfect height. It's not slammed to the ground, but it's going to be just low enough. John just went ahead and set the preload down here.
Preload, you don't want to put too much preload on it. You should still be able to spin the springs slightly. If you put too much preload on there, it's going to be super stiff and it's going to be really bouncy and you're going to hate it.
Cool. All of this is just like a very base setting because when I get on the track for the first time, that's when I'll actually know. I can tell John what I'm feeling and then we'll make adjustments to that. But the front's complete. We're going to move to the rear. We're leaving the rear at its height that we set it at. Once we install the coilovers and the rear suspension, we're just going to adjust the preload back here, and once it's on all fours, I'll show you guys what the stance looks like. It's coming out really good.
Now we gotta lower the back.
Damn, dude, do you think so? Damn. Ooh, all right, the fronts are done. This actually went a little bit low. Well, it's jacked up on that side, so actually went a little bit lower than what we thought. It still looks awesome, and I think it'll be okay. It's cambered in at about like -3 to 4, I think, which I want to be right around -3 to 4 when I'm drifting on the track, so that when I go get my alignment tomorrow, they'll set that perfectly. Now we're moving on to the rear. I know I said I was going to leave the rear where it was at, but since the front lowered actually just a little bit more than what we planned, we're going to lower the rear about 1/2 inch and make sure everything's tightened down and good to go. Those of you with coilovers, you know my pain here. Ugh, we're almost done. A little bit more to go. I'll update you when this side's done. Ooh, car is now done. We have all the coilovers on, everything's preloaded, everything's set with the height. We did lower the rear just a bit. I kind of think I'm gonna rub. I don't know, we'll see. Tomorrow I will get the alignment and we actually have to set the rear camber to 0. That'll be best for the track on Thursday, and then we're gonna leave this like -4-ish, like I said, but we'll see how this height works out. Thursday, I'm coming here early to get this car prepped for the track, so if I notice anything while I'm driving these next couple of days, then we can make adjustments when I come Thursday morning. It's like midnight and I have an hour-and-a-half drive home, and I still have to eat. Oh, I'm so hungry. So I'm gonna go ahead and update you guys tomorrow when we go get the alignment. I am so exhausted. Alignment day. This alignment is super sketchy that we did yesterday just off eyeballing it, but we're about to pull into 714 tires. I go to 714 tires for literally all of my cars. I like them because they specialize in lowered cars and they know exactly what they're doing. I have to give them a special alignment for drifting, so we'll go over that once we actually get there. But we're about to pull in, and I just want to give you an update on this really terrible eyeball alignment that we did yesterday. All right, we're good to go. Unfortunately, I can't stay this time. I usually always stay when I get my alignments, but Evan in the bro van here. Me and him have a special mission that we're going on today that you guys will see in a different video, but we should be good to go. I'll update you guys in a little bit. I actually made it back in time to see the car on the alignment rack. It's almost done now. We went about -5 in the front, equaled it out in the rear, and about half a degree of toe up front as well. This is gonna be perfect for the track. Damn. Two different ends of the spectrum here. We have a track BRZ, and then a full-on stance FRS BRZ, whatever this is. Oh, it's definitely an FRS, but the rear end of this, very, very nice. I love this bumper and the exhaust. Thanks again, bro.
No problem, anytime.
Much better. Now, hopefully this thing will drive a lot better on the way home. Now, this is like a drift spec alignment, so I'll give you guys a full walk around of wheels, tires, specs, and the alignment, so you guys know exactly how I'm setting up this car for drift day on Thursday. See you guys when we get to the shop. We have come to my little sliding spot here to give the full rundown of the alignment and the specs and everything of my wheels. I realized I never got any really good shots of the car and the wheels, so that's what I'm going to do here today. And I'm also going to give you guys a sizing of the wheels and tires as well as my alignment specs. We'll go ahead and start with the wheel and tire spec. These are the Rays 57 CRs, 18 by 9.5 plus 38, and then we have the Yokohama AD08s and 265/35 18s, and it's a square setup all around. But for drifting, what I plan on doing is removing the rear wheels and tires and putting on some stockies because I don't really want to ruin these tires unless I'm just, you know, doing some skids on the street here. But that is the wheel and tire spec for this car. Now, if you notice, I have a significant more amount of camber up front than I do in the rear, and that is because of my alignment specs. Let's go ahead and talk about that. For drifting purposes, I went with -4.5 camber in the front as well as about 0.5 degrees of toe out in the front for drifting, and then in the rear we equaled out the camber at 0, and then factory settings for everything else. We raised the rear up just a little bit so we have clearance back here, and then for the front we left it. I still need to take out my fender liner back here, which I haven't done yet. In order for me to get full lock and drive it full lock, this fender liner has to come out, but everything else is perfect. But now, unfortunately, I have some bad news for you guys. I found out today is Thursday when I'm filming this. That was supposed to be our drift day, but I found out this morning that they closed drifting at the closest track to us, which we were gonna go to Irwindale. It's right next to Entice, where I do a lot of my work. So it's right down the street. It would have been easy for me to prep this car for the track, and then if anything went wrong at the track, it's right there. Unfortunately, that track is done with drifting for the rest of the year. So all of this work and preparation that I've done for drift day today is going to have to get pushed back until we decide on another date. Go drifting, which will probably be at Willow Springs, which is like 3 hours away from us. So it didn't go to waste because I'm still gonna use everything that's on this car. This car is now set up perfect for drift day, but unfortunately it's just gonna have to get pushed back a little while longer. Now, in honor of not being able to go drifting today, I figured we would use all of this wasted space to do just a few skids, just a couple. I don't want to roast these tires up too much, but I gotta get a little sliding in if we can't go today. Never gets old, but I really can't slide too much of these. These tires are way too sticky, especially for the power that this car has. But I do want to go do a little bit of shooting for the new Legends drop today, so see you guys when we get to my shooting spot. So like I said, I wanted to come to my usual photo spot and get a couple of shots of the product that's going to be restocking today. If you guys haven't already, check out the Legends Media site. It's the first link in the description. We're bringing back the backpacks. We have license plates, hoodies, hats, as well as all of our accessories. Of course, everything is restocked now. But I just wanted to take the chance to get a few more product shots of everything. And of course, I cannot forget to show you guys how awesome these wallets are. This is what I personally use now. I've used the black one for months, and we just got these blue ones in honor of the BRZ. Now, these are now available for the first time ever, and this blue is actually a very limited edition. As for the black, you can see on the inside has the Legends patch right there. Super nice, and the quality is great. I've used this for like 3 months, and it's still holding up really well. So black and blue this month. The blue will not be coming back, so get it while you can. It's for the BRZ. Very awesome. So you may or may not have spotted a little Easter egg in this video that hints on what's going to come next for the next video, but I'm gonna go and end today's video here. I have to get some more product shots, and I want to make sure that it's very good. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions about suspension or wheel and tire setup on the BRZ, please leave them in the comments down below. We are so close to 400,000 subscribers. If you haven't already, it takes 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button down below, as well as the notification, so you're notified when I post more videos. Once again, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.